Hi, folks. This is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report. You know, one of the fisheries that I have been promoting for years because I was fascinated with it, that we have in our tributaries, is the muskie fishing. And I got to tell you, I didn't grow up in this area. I moved up here when my family moved up here, and I'd already been to college 2 years, and I was waiting to go into the Navy. I had 2 months left before I went in the Navy, and I discovered the Deer River. And it so impacted me to be able to catch a muskie in a little stream that the whole time I was overseas in the Navy, I just couldn't wait to get back and to stay up here in our North Country. Well, with that love of muskie fishing, and it's muskie fishing in our tributaries, the muskies aren't near as big as they are out in the St. Lawrence, but we've got two major muskie fisheries in our area. The mighty St. Lawrence River that has perhaps the biggest muskies in the world. They have created a legend in themselves of these monster 70-pound potential fish that lurk in the depths with teeth big enough to sever almost anything, that people, they create this mystique, this magic that causes people to want to hook into one. It's a fish of a lifetime. And then we have the tributaries, like the Grass River, the St. Regis River, the Racket River, the Deer River. And I'm sure I'm leaving something out, that have muskies in them, the Oswegatchie River, that are they're separate from the St. Lawrence. They're their own species, their own coloration, and these fish are plentiful. They're smaller, but they're easier to access. And so I've been doing videos for years talking about it, and now a lot of people are responding. They're coming from different areas of the country to sample our tributary muskie fishing. And the one thing I want to say is the one message that I want to start preaching more and more. If I can talk to the people directly, you've got to sort of worship these fish like we do that live here. You got to realize this isn't a catch and keep fishery. Even though there's a size limit placed by the DEC, this has got to be seen as a catch and release fishery, where the preference is using single hooks, releasing those fish at the side of the boat, being as careful of them as we possibly can. Because even though muskies are such a ferocious, aggressive, top of the food chain fish, they also, in many ways, are one of the weakest. They exhaust themselves in battle. They give off so much nitrogen. They go in shock. And so a lot of these fish that we catch, it's really hard to allow them to survive and to swim again. And so we have that added challenge to do everything we can to protect this fish. But I got to tell you, I have fished all over the continent, and I have never seen an area that has such wonderful muskie fishing in small waters that offers every angler a chance to catch a muskie, not 1 in 1,000 casts, not 1 in a month's trip, but every single day they go on these waters, they have a chance to tangle with one of these fish. And I don't care, a 30-inch muskie can represent a tremendous trophy, because unlike other fish, they leap out of the water. They aren't afraid of you, and they're not afraid of anything that's in the water. And they really are a special adversary. And it's something that I think that we really need to look closer at. I know bass fishermen could care less. They don't want a muskie on their line. Keeps them from winning the money. But for those of us that enjoy the sport just for the very sport of the fight, of the challenge, of the strike, then muskies have got a rate at the very top. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report.